Hi there and good morning. I am wishing you and your neighbors and strangers right here and around the globe safe movement through our homes, our neighborhoods, and wherever life may take you today and every day. My name is Grover. This is Grover Reads the News, and I have a news update for you. Would you like to hear it? If so, keep listening. If this offering is useful to you, please forward it to a friend or give it a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts so more of us can come together to face the news. And with that, here's our first update. I have an update about Native American rights and Leonard Peltier. Chippewa activist Leonard Peltier, an American Indian movement activist and enrolled member of the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa Indians, returned home to what is known as North Dakota after being freed from prison after a commutation of his sentence by the Biden administration in their final days. Peltier has maintained he is innocent of the killing of 2 FBI agents. He was convicted in 1975 and is now 80 years old and in poor health. He was welcomed in below freezing temperatures to a group of his community members, singing, holding signs, reading Welcome Home, Cuz, and It's About Damn Time. His youngest sister organized the welcome and the dinner they hosted that evening. Next up, I have an update about the U.S. Executive Office, Authoritarian Consolidation, and Popular Resistance. The sitting president has broken with long-standing tradition of retaining the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the military commander that serves directly below the Secretary of the Department of Defense. He has fired Air Force General Charles Q. Brown, Jr. Brown is a Trump appointee from Trump's first administration and the first Black person to serve in this role. The president has tapped a retired general with less stars than General Brown to fill the post. He also announced plans to fire top leaders of the Air Force and the Navy. Replacing military leadership with hand-picked and underqualified cronies continues the worrying trend of authoritarian consolidation and removal of possible checks and balances to the presidential power. Trump's office also approved arming Elon Musk's security detail when on federal property, essentially an army of Musks outside the president's control, who will be inside many high-security federal spaces. His administration also deleted a database that tracked misconduct by federal police officers. He himself proposed creating the National Law Enforcement Accountability Database after the 2020 police murder of George Floyd. Activists, decentrally organized under the theme of #Tesla Takedown, held public demonstration outside of Musk-owned businesses and projected images on the back of Tesla trucks this week. They aim to erode support of Musk by drawing attention to his support of Nazism and contrasting his billions of dollars of wealth with his decisions as head of Starlink satellites and now by cutting federal aid programs that harm children in Sudan and across the globe. The video projections on the back of the flat, often white or gray Cybertrucks shared messages like, quote, Tesla Cybertruck, the most recalled truck in 2024, unquote, and, quote, figures the guy who made a truck shaped like a coffin gets pleasure out of killing 3.2 million Sudanese children, unquote. You can see these videos by clicking the Car Scoops URL in the source list that is in the show notes or footnotes. We have international and U.S. executive news about deportations. Hundreds of people who are mostly from Asian countries have been removed from the U.S. by ICE and are being held in hotel rooms and at the edge of a remote jungle in Panama and are unable to see their lawyers, reports CNN. Many of the people fear for their safety if they're sent to their country of origin. The article shares a story of an Iranian woman who converted to Christianity, which is against Islamic law, who fears being returned to the country and what she may face. Finally, we have nature news about hummingbird snuggles. Did you know that hummingbirds are among the most aggressive birds in the bird world? I didn't. Rachel Newer at the New York Times reports that hummingbirds' competition over patches of flowers or a mate often result in dive bombing, beak jousting, and aerial chases. So, when ornithologist and birding guide Gustavo Canes Valle came upon a cave of hummingbirds nesting and roosting together in Ecuador's high Andes, he could hardly believe it. Quote, "I thought this looks just like a colony," Mr. Canes Valle said. He added, "They were like bees." He documented 23 adult birds and 4 chicks in that nest. Then he found this behavior replicated in dozens of nests in the surrounding areas. The scientists think this may be the first documented example of hummingbirds that nested and roosted communally. Thanks for joining me to hear the news today. I have an update on Wisdom, the eldest known bird to lay an egg, that's available to paid supporters in the Substack version of this update. If you'd like to join in financially supporting the show's continued offering, you can do so at groverreadsthenews.substack.com, and occasionally I'll put updates or pictures or resources that are a little extra bump for paid supporters. I'll include a button in the show notes and below the audio updates on Substack if you'd like to join us. The news coming out of the United States is dizzying right now, and I'm grateful to those of you who are showing up in creative action, those inviting new people into their fold, and those of you gathering with people you trust to care, plan, and feed each other. This is all a lot, but we don't have to face it alone. We can do it together. Until next week, be well.